Hey there. We are in Assetto Corsa again, this time at a track called Pescara, circa 1957. And the reason why we're here is I saw a great video on the GP Laps channel by Jake William, where he did a historical perspective on this track. It's a 25.6 kilometer track, and in 1957, I guess they decided to do an F1 Grand Prix here, which makes it the longest track that an F1 Grand Prix has ever been driven on, which is kind of cool. Looking back in history, that's an interesting, significant mark. This, like so many of the tracks of the era, goes way back to the turn of the 20th century, and was historically just a set of roads that were sewn together to create a track that people could race on. Sports car racing was a big part of its history, and that's why I'm in a 1957 Porsche 356A Speedster here today for my drive. But long story short, I'm not going to diminish in any way Jake's hard work in producing the video, the excellent video that he produced, by going on and talking about a lot of the history of the track that I learned primarily through watching his video and doing some quick lookups on my own as well. That being said, I wanted to drive it, wanted to share it with you, and point to his video. Tip of the hat to that work Jake did. He did a phenomenal job, and I really enjoyed his video. But I had to drive this for myself, just to kind of get a feel for it. Not as brave as Jake. Jake drove in a 50s era F1 car, and I can't do that. Cannot do that. But like a lot of tracks of this particular era, you have twisty sections that go through towns, but a lot of really long straights as well, where you get some really interesting high-speed runs. It's produced by a group called Italotracks, and it does cost. It's a donation where you kind of set the price you want to pay for it. And so after seeing the video, I decided that this is what I was going to do for my drive this evening. And like I said, I'll put a link to Jake's video as well as the download for this, where you can get this track, in the description of the video, so you can have that for easy access. And I do highly recommend watching Jake's video. He covers a lot of the history of the track that I just could not do justice, for sure. But it is a great looking track, really well laid out, all using maps. The roads that were used for this track still primarily exist. I think there are a few changes here and there, but they do still exist. So from photogrammetry and looking at maps, this was reconstructed. And it looks really phenomenal. I'm running here at early morning. That's just the time of day I like to drive, I tell you. Actually, I like night driving the best, but you can't see as much doing a night drive. And I'm going slow. So today was my last day of work for the year. So, that's pretty cool. And I'm almost ready for Christmas. Still have some presents to wrap, but for the most part, done with shopping. I think I'll be headed to the Dickens Fair before Christmas, so that'll be fun. And I'll have a good solid 2 weeks off to focus on spending with family and friends and resetting for the new year. I am bullishly optimistic. 2025 is going to be a great year. I think it'll be full of interesting challenges to solve. Had to go down a gear, not up a gear. Still don't like the gates in my Fanatec shifter very much. Damn it. It's a very technical course, but beautiful. It reminds me of the Targa Florio. Targa Florio drive was very much like this in terms of going around mountains and ridges and through towns and such. Very technical. But a phenomenal racetrack. So I've been a fan of Jake's for a very long time. I saw some series where he did an entire F1 season from like the 1950s or 1960s in Assetto Corsa. That was a lot of fun. He has also been doing some great videos on Automobilista 2 and the recent release of that. He tends to like the private drives like this, where he's racing against AI. But he did, I think, some races online as well when that launched with LFM. He's got a very soothing approach to his narrative. very calming personality. He's fun to listen to, very chill. So if you've not found his channel yet, definitely do give it a look, subscribe, and you'll be in for some really great content. Okay, that sign that we just passed is a marker for start of a kilometer run that was used for capturing cars' max speeds, because you're basically balls out here, and here's the end of it, and they would use that as a way to measure, kind of as a speed trap. Another really long straight. To what I will argue is one of the strangest chicanes I've ever seen in my life. Effective. I guess the chicane was introduced in the 50s, I think? To slow cars down on this straight, coming across the start-finish. It used to just fly through the start-finish and then enter back into the course. And, wanted to slow the cars down a little bit, I think. I don't know that would apply to a 356, because I'm doing about 140, which is not not that fast. Here's the chicane. Really long chicane. It's very odd. It's a little odd, but I kind of like it. So that's a lap at Pescara. Great track. And I'm really glad that I saw Jake's video this morning. Turned me on to this, because this is pretty nice. This is a fun drive. Good way to end the week, and to get into the holiday spirit, as it were, with a smile on my face. And hopefully you enjoyed this as much as I did. If nothing else, you saw a new track that you didn't know existed, or you saw Jake's video and you wanted to see somebody else drive it too. Either way, thank you for joining me. I do appreciate you. Like, subscribe, comment, and go visit Jake's page. But for now, I'll talk to you later. Bye now.
Spaß mache Rennsport.